Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Beautiful sunny day. Just breathe. Well, found out a bit more. I'm learning more and more about this light language and becoming more and more interested in it. Now, I suppose really I became expert to it about, was it 3 months, 6 months ago? When I went to a mind, body and soul fair, and they did a workshop. And the workshop was a drumming workshop. Well, you know what I'm like with drumming. I haven't got my drum here. But, so I popped in and had a look, you know, see what was going on. And I remember it wasn't quite the drumming workshop that I thought it was going to be. It was only on for about half an hour. That's all. That's usually at these mind, body and spirit. You only get about half an hour. I mean, an hour at the most. So, and it was Moira, who I went away for the drumming retreat with recently, and I remember she started drumming and I thought, oh, yes, here we go. Love it. I love a bit of drumming, don't I? And then all of a sudden, she called out, you know, really with all this light language. I didn't know it was light language, and my guide sort of stepped in a bit and I felt this urge to call out and, you know, me Indian, bang, because I've got an Indian, Native American Indian guide. One of my guides are, and so he does step in now and again when I hear the drumming and everything. So, but I did refrain. I refrained from that because I thought, oh no, I'll get thrown out. This woman's not all there, please throw her out. So I didn't do it, but I felt so excited, and then all of a sudden she started speaking this language, and because Moira has a natural accent, I believe she said she comes from Denmark. Anyway, she'd got this, and I thought, oh, she's gone back to her own language. And then she spoke some, you know, English, and I could understand it. But it was so beautiful what she was saying that it resonated with me. And I thought, my gosh, what is all this? You know, it's lovely. I loved it. So, to be honest with you, that was my first experience. And of course, I looked her up. Looked her up when the workshop had finished, and I was walking around the MBS to talk to various people, and that's when I learned that she was doing quantum healing, you see, with the light language. So I still didn't understand. It's still taken me a little time to understand. But, you know, it's as with everything else, you know, it's like with mediumship and our psychic abilities. A lot of it is to do with going within and finding out what's within so that we can use our intuition taught from within. Intuition, yeah, tuition inside, right, and this is the way that we'll find out more than talking to other people, but because don't forget, these are our own experiences. But the most profound thing is that when we went on the drumming retreat, it turned into something else, which was all about everybody becoming their true selves. And the light language seemed to activate something within us all, and our true authentic selves, you know, all the stuff that we've sort of suppressed and pushed down was all coming out on this drumming retreat. And I think I know I can speak for everyone else that was on that retreat, that it made a huge impact on our lives. Now, this, from what I understand about light language, doesn't matter whether you can understand it. It's no good trying to put it into a category, into some sort of ordinary language, because it touches you on a soul level. So this activates, it can activate your own, if you like, light language, or this deep within the soul. And this is, but it's all about becoming our true authentic selves, and all the stuff that we've blocked down, you know, to all the stuff that we've suppressed for maybe years, from maybe the time we were born. All this stuff seems to just start coming to light. It's like, you know, if you've ever worked with the shadow side and your shadow self, it's all about those little dark places within you that you've locked away and won't let anybody else see. Well, it can be rather subtle, or it can be, whoa, profound, right in your face. You know something's happened. You definitely know something's happened. You're not always sure what, but something definitely happens. And, you know, these things over the years can cause blockages in our body. And I don't just mean energy blockages either, because you know, if you've got energy blockages in your body, then eventually, if you don't deal with them, they cause physical problems. And I think I've had to learn the hard way. Well, I know I have. But you see, nothing's, even if we have these blockages, it doesn't mean to say we've got them forevermore. We can deal with them, and it's just finding different ways of dealing with them. So I'm becoming more and more familiar with this light language. You see, it's all about frequencies as well. You see, so therefore you'll get it's like singing in a different language, but it's different frequencies. So it's a bit like sound therapy, sound healing, because the language comes in different tones and resonates with your soul to activate healing on a very, very deep level. So that's what I wanted to talk about this morning. I just felt I needed to keep you updated on this, because I'm learning. If any of you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already hit it, and keep in touch. Tell me your experiences. What do you know about this light language? Because we're all interested. Everybody wants to know, even if it's only a little thing. You know, just let me know what your feelings are about this. I'd love to know, and I do try and answer every notification that I get. I do try and answer them all. I might miss some for a couple of days and then go back on them and find out and then answer. But most of the time I do like to, excuse me, keep updated with you all. But yeah, I know that for myself, and as time goes along, I'm getting more and more enlightened about this light language and the light codes. And as you saw with the drum, if you haven't already seen it, just go back and look at that drum with Fiona, how she's how she's done that. Well, she's obviously she's channeled all that, you see, so she's on a totally different level when she's doing all that. And if you watch her hand, and I haven't speeded that up, but if you watch her hand, it moves so fast, and all these symbols, and it's just like a big ray of sunshine on my drum. I couldn't really believe it. But you see, these are all codes, and although we can't say, well, that means such and such, and that means such and such, and that means such and such, it does resonate with us on a deeper level. And I will tell you this, that Fiona did do me some codes. She got the inspiration to do me some codes and light language, and it was, as I said, this was very profound. But she ended up sending me 13 pages of light language codes. I've slept with them under my pillow. And as I go off to sleep and wake up, I have new ideas, you know. And I believe that they're coming from these codes, new ways of thinking, new ideas. You know, it's only been the last few months that I've started coming on and sharing on YouTube, because at one point I wouldn't have shared any of this, because I've always been quite shy, and I was always brought up with the idea that I'm not as good as anybody else. And that's what I was taught, and I've suppressed that emotion, that whether it's an emotion or it's a belief, old system beliefs that you're brought up with. Now I feel that that's all coming out of me, and I'm removing these blocks. Well, once all these blocks are removed, then you can become a clear channel. You see, you can become a clear channel once you're your authentic self, and stop trying to be quiet and shut yourself up. You can. It's like coming out in the open, really, coming out the closet, if you like. So there are a lot of beliefs and it's just what we hold within ourselves, you know, what we've been taught maybe from a young age. Maybe, you know, some of us have come from dysfunctional homes, some of us have come from a loving, supportive home, but when we've got to school, there's bullying and all sorts going on there. So we all have different things to deal with, and we all take on those beliefs at a young age and block them away, put them away, hide them away, but it affects our true authentic self. So this light language is all about, from what I can see and from what I'm being taught from within and listening to other people. Now, it's all about becoming your true authentic self. Just being you. You're perfect as you are. I'm perfect as I am. And it's just becoming ourselves, and unblocking all those little things inside of what we've put away and what we've believed in. I'm not quite as good as everybody else. You know, I was told I've got to remember that. So everybody else is more important than I am. How you can work like that, I don't know, but I tried for years because I'm a natural empath, and I've always wanted to heal people and look after people and nurture people, which I have done since I was a little child. I remember praying for my big sister who was having problems coping with what us as a family were going through. And because she couldn't cope, she was stuffing blankets in her mouth to stop her making a noise, because we all had to be silent so we couldn't be heard. That's another story, and I will go into that one day. But here I want to just say that even though I was 3 years younger than my sister, I was about 5, I believe. I could have been 7. I could have been 7, actually. But she was unable to cope, and she was stuffing the blankets into her mouth to stop her from crying, and making a noise. And I remember sending a prayer up and saying, please help my sister, please help her. So I am a natural empath, and I've done that all throughout my life, looked after people. But it was one person that I didn't look after. Guess who that was? Because I'm not as important as other people, so I neglected myself. And it's all about coming back to yourself and working. I've worked for many years with Louise Hay, and I think this has built, you know, Louise Hay with a book, and you know, you can heal yourself. And I probably don't have to explain that to her. She's so well known. But it's only through this light language, which started a few months back, and which, when I started the YouTube channel properly, I did start one years ago, but I couldn't get it off the ground. So I came back with just a new me, coming back and doing what I felt the urge to do, and that is to speak to everybody on here. So that's a little bit more. I've rounded it up, finding out more, and I will share exactly what I get, because I find it so fascinating and exciting, and I know that I'm not the only one out there that's got all these blockages, you know. And so share your knowledge with me, because I'm really fascinated, and I do try and answer every question, every notification. Let me know you're out there. Press that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day.